Our next speaker is Mashford Zenda. So, Mashford Zenda is a climate change and sustainable agriculture expert currently engaged in research and teaching at the University of the Free State and the University of Johannesburg. He holds a PhD in sustainable agriculture, animal science, and agriculture economics from the University of Free State, and has over 12 years of working experience across Malawi, Zimbabwe, South Sudan, Kenya, and South Africa on climate change and food security projects. Mashford's work focuses on climate resilience, agroecological practices, and supporting smallholder farmers to adapt to climate related challenges. He has led and collaborated on numerous interdisciplinary projects promoting food security, environmental sustainability, and community development. Mashford also supervises master's students and mentors young researchers in climate science and sustainable agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mashford Zenda.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Mashford Zenda. I'm a researcher in climate change and food security at the University of Johannesburg. My role involves interdisciplinary research focused on climate change adaptation, sustainable agriculture, and the livelihoods of smallholder farmers across Southern Africa. I also contribute to the knowledge networks towards social transformation work package where I engage in applied research, capacity building, and stakeholder engagement to promote resilience and sustainability of smallholder farmers in the vulnerable communities. I also supervise master students at the University of Free State and collaborate on regional projects and actively contribute to knowledge production and policy dialogue in climate resilience and agroecology. What inspired me to pursue this career was a deep-rooted passion for agriculture and a strong desire to make a meaningful difference in the lives of smallholder farmers who are on the front lines of climate change and food security. So this sparked my curiosity about sustainable solutions that could empower communities to adapt and thrive under changing environmental conditions. And I'm also especially driven by the potential of agroecology, climate smart technologies, and community-led innovations to build resilience and transform food systems in a just and inclusive way. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my educational journey has been both diverse and purpose-driven, shaped by commitment to sustainable development, food security, and climate resilience. I did my BSc in agricultural science, majoring in horticulture and animal science at the University of South Africa in 2013. That was followed by an honors in horticulture in 2014 at Stellenbosch University, and also recognizing the need to understand broader land and social economic dynamics. I obtained a postgrad diploma in poverty, land, and agrarian studies from the University of Western Cape in 2015. So this was followed by a master's in sustainable agriculture and a PhD in the same field at the University of the Free State, where I deepened my expertise in animal science and agriculture economics. So I also later pursued a master's in sustainable African features at the University of Edinburgh, which expanded my policy and systems thinking. So each qualification built upon the previous one equipping me with the interdisciplinary knowledge and skills necessary to address complex climate and development challenges across Africa. So, for someone who would want to study BSc Agricultural Science, you need to have good grades in mathematics, biology, and chemistry. Yeah, so a typical day in my job, it involves dynamic blend of research, supervision, collaboration, and community engagement. I often start the day by reviewing research progress or drafting sections of ongoing papers focused on climate change adaptation, agroecology, food security, or sustainable livelihoods. Mid mornings are usually dedicated to virtual meetings with students, partners, or colleagues to discuss project updates. I also spend time analyzing data, responding to emails, and writing reports or proposals. Some days include teaching or facilitating workshops, while others involve field visits to work directly with smallholder farmers or communities. So each day varies, but all are anchored by the goal of producing actionable knowledge that supports resilience, food security, and sustainability. Some of the key responsibility in my role include leading and conducting interdisciplinary research on climate change adaptation, sustainable agriculture, and food systems resilience. I also supervise postgrad students, guiding them through their research design, data collection, and thesis writing. I also engage with diverse stakeholders from smallholder farmers and community leaders to policymakers and academic collaborators to co-develop solutions and share knowledge. Writing research papers, policy briefs, and funding proposals is a regular part of my work, as is organizing and participating in workshops, conferences, and capacity building initiatives, and also monitoring and evaluation project outcomes, ensuring ethical research practices, and contributing the design of climate smart innovations are also central to my responsibilities. And also one common misconception about my profession is that it's purely academic and confined research labs disconnected from real world impact. So many people assume that working in climate change and sustainable agriculture means only writing papers or teaching without realizing the hands-on community-based nature of the work. So in reality, my role often involves engaging directly with farmers, co-designing practical solutions, and navigating complex social, environmental, and economic systems. So another misconception is that sustainable agriculture is outdated or less productive, when in fact it integrates cutting-edge science, indigenous knowledge systems, and innovative technologies to enhance resilience and productivity. So my work is both intellectually rigorous and deeply grounded in real-world transformation. My skills. Yeah, I would say that success in this field, it requires a unique blend of technical expertise, interdisciplinary thinking, and strong interpersonal skills. So a solid understanding of climate science and sustainable development is foundational, and but equally important is the ability to engage with diverse stakeholders, from farmers to international policymakers, with empathy and cultural sensitivity. It's about critical thinking, adaptability, and problem solving. Yeah, for some of the challenges, throughout my career, I faced several challenges, particularly when working in resource-constrained environments where communities are grappling with the immediate impacts of climate change. One major challenge that has been bridging the gap between scientific research and the lived realities of smallholder farmers, and also to translate complex data into accessible and actionable solutions. I also faced some funding constraints and bureaucratic hurdles in implementing projects that have also posed some obstacles, often slowing down promising initiatives. Sometimes navigating interdisciplinary collaborations can be challenging, especially when integrating different worldviews and priorities across academia, government, and local communities. But also, despite these hurdles, each challenge has been a learning opportunity, strengthening my commitment to inclusive, context sensitive, and transformative climate action. For me, I would say I handle work-related stress or pressure by maintaining a structured routine, setting clear priorities, breaking down complex tasks into manageable steps. I also practice mindfulness and take short breaks during the day to recharge and refocus. I also engage in outdoor activities like gardening or taking nature walks. It helps me to reconnect with the purpose behind my work and sometimes to clear up my mind. And one thing I wish I knew before entering this field is just how important soft skills like negotiation, emotional intelligence, and cross-cultural communication would be in driving meaningful change. And also, while technical knowledge and academic training are essential, I have learned that success often hinges on the ability to build trust, navigate complex social dynamics, and work collaboratively across sectors and disciplines. And also, understanding the political, economic, and cultural contexts in which interventions take place is just as crucial as the science itself. If I had known this earlier, I would have invested even more in developing these relational and strategic skills along my academic qualifications. So for career growth, there is an increasing demand for professionals in policy analysis and research for development of framework that supports sustainable practices. So I would encourage the students to join professionals like the Climate Action Networks, African Climate Foundation, or local agricultural forums. And also, I always try to encourage students to attend webinars, conferences, and workshops to stay updated on emerging trends and to connect with potential collaborators. So for students, I would advise them to, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds interested in this field, my advice is never underestimate the value of your lived experience and local knowledge. It is a strength, not a limitation. Start where you are, use what you have, and build gradually. Take advantage of the free or low-cost online courses like those from UN, the CC Coursera, and FutureLearn to build foundational knowledge. Seek mentorship from people already in the field, even if it's through social media or LinkedIn. Many professions are willing to help if you have reached out sincerely, and also volunteer locally to gain experience and demonstrate commitment. Apply for scholarships, fellowships, and internships. There are many programs that specifically support disadvantaged students or financially constrained students, most importantly, believe in your ability to contribute meaningfully to climate and development challenges. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for such a beautiful presentation, Mr. Zenda. It was really insightful. And for most of us, we never get to hear much of this field of work. And for me, it was actually the first time. And all the opportunities that you've highlighted, it's so beautiful to see that there is more than we see or than we hear about. We're gonna go into our Q&A session. There's no question in the chat box as of yet, but I have a question as usual. So I just wanted to know, are there opportunities that are available? Because I heard you mention like the local forums and foundations. Are those opportunities that are available maybe for high school students that they could go and attend or volunteer so they could get like a broader understanding of what everything entails? Or does this require them to be in university pursuing a specific degree for them to actually form part of those forums or attend all form part of the foundations and attend all those forums?
Thank you for the wonderful question. Yes, there are opportunities for students, even those who have completed their matrix. You can at the University of Johannesburg, there's a center called Center for Ecological Intelligence, whereby students they can go there who would want to have that hands-on experience in agriculture to learn, so that when they apply for their BScs, like in agricultural science, they have that hands-on experience before they start the journey. Yeah. Even
Thank you so much.
AgriSeta, even
Mhm.
AgriSeta, South African AgriSeta, it also supports those who would want to study agricultural science. Yeah.
Mm. Thank you so much for that insight. I think it's really important to have the experience before you actually plunge or get into the degree, because I think we've seen so many people who've gone for a BSc degree just because it was the only available option. And then whilst they're in there, they really don't know what to do with it. So it's also nice and it's really important to go for a degree, like a BSc degree, after when you know what exactly you're going to do with it. So I think such opportunities to join such forums and such foundations are really helpful to help in making informed decisions in terms of their career choice in BSc. Thank you so much for your presentation, Mr. Zenda, and good luck with your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much.